Hello and welcome. My name is Cat Monarch, and once again, we will be playing our Duel Masochist challenge. If you just give me 1 second. Yeah, let's just discard those changes. I meant to look at a different deck between the last stream and this one. It has not happened. And as such, I believe that we are just going to be using the same good old good stuff deck. Because I don't think we checked our win-losses last time. We still have a little bit of a buffer. It's a lot easier to have a buffer with fewer wins now. Because, you know, that's how multiplication works. But we should still be trying to win. We should still be trying to do good things. Also, I believe if we make it through a single duel, it looks like we get 5 legacy tickets and can try out the next proficiency. So, because it's been a hot minute, let's just refresh everyone. This is what the good stuff deck is. Maybe there's some stuff that's not quite so optimal that's still in here, but this is what we're working with. And to be completely honest, I'm not sure how good it is anymore, but it's what we're running. I am fairly sold on our current extra deck, he says, without 100% confidence, but I think I am. I don't think we need rank 4s or anything like that. Rank 6s. I think this should be fine. We could maybe add in the Gardala. I don't know. Anyway, before I start doubting myself too much, let's just jump into a duel. Hope everyone's been doing well. I forgot to turn on the in-game music. Can't say I've been up to loads. I have had a fairly chill weekend, but enjoyed it quite a bit. Been doing a lot of puzzle. It's taken some time to do. 1,000 pieces. But it's finally complete after a household effort. Oh, okay. 60 cards. Did they draw the 3 and 60? No. No, they didn't. Right, set 1 pass. We've got a sometimes DD Crow. But yeah, we've done a puzzle. Finished a Harry Potter watch-along. I've chilled out with some people online, went climbing with some friends. It's been good. I enjoyed myself. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it on last stream, but yeah, had a wander about town as well. There we go. Music. Well, this is a deck that uses darks. On the other hand, I'm not certain it's a deck we can beat. We will find out. Boss music vibes indeed. Okay. I really don't know if they need that or not. Assault mode. That is really unfortunate. Because the parts that they discard off, yeah, they're both Earth. If they discarded off a Dark Monster, I'd be in business. You're not supposed to set the Assault mode. I'm not 100% certain they know what they're doing. And given that that's the case, let's just try and pop the 1 monster. See what they do. I expect they probably want me to control cards. Realistically. That's what I could see happening. Droplets, okay. That's fine. Like, it's not ideal, but it's okay. I still get in for 1250, and the attack is until the end of the turn. Okay. So we just hit in for 1250. Nothing special. Might be that we cut the Dark Sanctuary from this, but maybe good stuff just needs an overhaul overall. I feel like the Light Imprisoning Mirrors is still well worth it. But I'm not sure about the rest of it. The Kaijus I think we want to keep in. It might be worth adding Gardala. It might be worth adding in a... Yeah, I doubt they've just drawn that off the top. Did they just want me to control attack position things? I don't know. Because this is full starter, is it? I don't know. Add a level 4 or lower fiend from deck to hand. These are both tuners. So you just need a level 4 or lower fiend that can special summon itself, which there's gotta be one. If you control a tuner, you can special summon this card from your hand. Great, you can do a 6. Right? Yeah, you can do a 6 in 2 ways. It depends on what you want to clear. Alright, we may be looking at a cutscene, and we may lose the game from here. Bring back the Resonator. Yep. Then you make an 8, surely? Get a search for a spell trap. Yep, there's Red Dragon Archfiend. Then you can destroy all attack position monsters your opponent controls. Great. I'm not sure I do want to spec this. What is it doing? Red Nova Dragon. Okay. Sure. Can't be destroyed by card effects, but I don't need it to be. I just need to kind of keep this on the field, which I don't think I will, because they did add Scarlet Security to hand, and that is Red Dragon Archfiend, as was the previous one, so I'm probably losing my one spell trap. Yeah, there you go. There goes the attack negate. Gains 1,000, cannot activate cards for effects. Piercing, doubled. Oh. Which one did he target? Target Red Dragon Archfiend. You know, I don't think I will. The thing is... It didn't... Oh. Yeah, it is just game. GG's. Why did they just pass for so long? It can't be that they just bricked and then just top-decked into a starter when I did, like, one play. No, you know what? Maybe it could be that they bricked. I don't know, guys, but I don't think this deck building is optimal. Welcome back. welcome back properly to the challenge. Right. We're having a very, very solid time with these. What am I saying? It's literally the second duel of the stream. But yeah, I hope everyone in chat is having a good time. Hope everyone else has had a good weekend. Regardless of how short or long it was. And it's Blue Eyes. See, told you these light imprisoning mirrors are still relevant. Because we can't just open them, ever. Right. The bonus, we can clear the true light. The downside, it needs to be sent to the graveyard. You know, maybe Cosmic Cyclone isn't such a great card. I don't know. I'm very confused. It is full Blue Eyes combo. We have a Doggo to summon. We have a Monster Negate on their next turn, which isn't going to matter. Because it doesn't destroy. We have a Bookamoon. But only if the Banish fails. And this guy remains on the field. There's Blue Eyes. Which means there's Maiden. This hasn't used its effect? No, which means there's a Spell Trap Search, and there is a Synchro 9, and probably a second Synchro? Yeah, there's 2 Synchro 9s, really. Which is what they want to do. Or you can do that one. Am I missing something? I guess they want to make Tyrant Dragon. Synchro for 9. There's your Spirit. Yeah. You just had this. Why didn't you use it? You haven't used it yet. Unless you want to discard and add. You want to add one anyway. Sure. Aren't you just gonna then use that same one anyway? I'm very confused. You added another Sage. Sage not once. The first effect is not a once. Okay, so yeah, you do end on double Spirit Dragon. Which means they can tag out twice on the next turn. How do you fuse? One effect per turn. Okay. So, yeah, they have a couple negates. Well, it's not great. Yeah, so there's that one, and then here comes the one which protects it, right? Surely. Yeah, there's Crimson. Crimson tags into the one. The Majestic Star Synchro, I think it is, 12. It's a monster negate, and the first time each card you control would be destroyed, it's not. There you go, Stardust Cipher. I got it wrong, it's not a Majestic, but... yeah. So, I can clear True Light for what it's worth, which is probably not much. Especially because they could just have, like, Primarch cards, but... we shall see. Cosmic? For this one. Do you care? You might not. I mean, the thing is, I could either, like... They were going to do it anyway. And I don't think there's much I could have done to stop them. Negate, destroy. What did they... They just set this one. Yep. Search. We're trying to bait out this one, long story short. It's not working. Normal summon. I don't think we can do it, but, you know, we're going to play it out, we're going to see. The idea is that if we can just bait this out, that destroys a thing, so we can then summon this, but the problem is, we do still have to deal with this. Like, they haven't used it. This one. Okay, of course, they search the effect failure, right. Yeah, we don't have it. We just don't. They went first. We don't have any of the really powerful stuff at our disposal. Right, we'll give this deck a few duels, and then we might go for a reversion. We'll see how it does. Their choice. Second. Who could have guessed? On the Master Duel ladder. I mean, I have seen a Tenpai player recently enough. Well, this would be a decently solid start, actually. Oh, especially against that. Is it still Snake Eyes, Azamina, Fiendsmith? Deck just has not left. We're in Platinum. Where have you been? What have you been doing that you're still down here? Because I genuinely don't get it. Like, sure, Blue Eyes is one of the top decks at the moment, but this is still there. It's never really left the meta. Simply because, what was it? This? Yeah, this hasn't been touched. This has been put to... no, that hasn't been touched either. This has been limited. It's Rescue Age, sure. That one got limited. Hopla got limited. Anything else? No, that didn't get hit. Dragon? 2 limits. I could swear they were hit more. That's the other one. Okay, that's the other hit. But yeah, for some reason it just hasn't been enough. And then yeah, you get to send that just because. That gets you to Omni Negate. Yeah, Tribute, but it's Rescue Ace. I can't say I was expecting Rescue Ace. I'm not sure if we can beat it, because they just get to set a whole 4 cards from deck. And because this is on the field, they all have bonus effects. Type 1 effect monster, destroy it. Yeah, that cannot attack, its effects are negated. So long story short, they can just pop Fenrir, which is what they're going to do. Like, it's special summon Fenrir, they destroy it, and then they do things. Which might prove to be an issue. I'm not saying this deck would have just been and there's the Fiendsmith part. I know when I'm beat. You know, I'm very surprised that everyone that I've played against so far is still here. With the exception of the first duel, I guess. Hey, we get to choose. Let's go. Now, let's see what kind of a hand we can draw. Of course, there is an argument to be made we should be aiming for going second law, but I feel like we just do nothing either way, it looks like. 50 cards. They've started with a Maxi or a Mulch Army. We get this. And pass turn, because we have drawn too many high-level monsters. Let's just have a quick look at our deck. I can't say it doesn't make sense. This needs a monster in their graveyard. This is a free special summon. But that's 1, 2, 3... It's Blue Eyes! On the other hand, I actually have the thing that stops True Light, which is neat. We have to wait, don't we? Yeah, we do have to wait. No, now they get the Mausoleum. It's a bit of an issue. The thing is, I want them to use the True Light, so that they don't get the activation at least, because if I just, like, shotgun the Paleo, they get the activation, which really sucks. But I think I can't avoid them. Yeah, I don't think I can really avoid it. There's your Blue Eyes. This tributes to Spec, which means they get the Maiden and probably the Synchro out. So here it comes down to a matter of, kind of a matter of order. Not completely. Okay, there's the Synchro, so it's time to read. Yes. Cool. True Light leaves the field. They get their set. As is kind of what I said, like, you know, I had to force it. I guess I, like, revealed it by just leaving the toggle on that long, hovering over it. Which really kind of sucks just a little, you know? But yeah, True Light leaves, this tags into whatever, which then immediately dies, because True Light has left the field. But then they have a second normal summon anyway. They also just get a special summon again. And the tag effect, as we know, is not once per turn, so they could just bring something out again. We just aren't doing it, are we? Everything's still up and running, yeah, okay. How many more duels? Give it another 3, I guess. It's what feels about right to me. If we don't actually get, like, anything close to a win in those 3, I think we just need to, We just need to redesign the deck, or switch to one of the ones we were using. One or the other. It might be time to go back to the generator kind of deck, and just edit that a little bit. See what we can do with it. As far as starting hands go, I guess it'll do. Set 1. Set 2. Set 3. I don't know if we get Feather Dusted, we got a guy to summon. I'd rather not get Feather Dusted, but you gotta prepare. Because of course Heavy, Lightning Storm and Feather Dust are all legal, making for a total of 4 mass spell trap removal cards if your opponent wants to play them. No idea what the opponent's on, like, at all. We now have an idea. We know that one of these cards will be completely useless to us. That's a special summon, so there's no point doing anything with it. That's a normal summon. What if I just take their Witch? I don't think that accomplishes what I need it to. I think it's much better if I steal the Synchro. I know they're trying to work out what I'm doing, but I don't think they're going to. How many people actually expect Crackdown? Rising Dragon. It gets them a search, and they get a special off the effect of the dragon. There we go. Because I believe it's on summon? When Synchro summoned. So yeah, what if we steal this now? Do you think they have an extender? Because they can't use the card they search with the Witch of the Black Forest. So let's just put it here. I don't think they're playing Transfer, so they're on Red Dragon Archfiend. They're going to be playing Synchros. We can't Synchro for 9. We can link 2. Make our own Transverser. Make Lizardos. Okay. It's still not a non-tuner. That is, though. Did my play matter? Who's to say? Who's really to know? This guy isn't even a once per turn. Are you kidding me? I got the Floodgate going first against a non-light deck. I get MST against a deck that really isn't going to use the spell Trap Zone, and I steal a non-once per turn monster when they have the extension. Man, this just feels great right now, you know? I think the best I can do is MST a spell trap if they get one, because they probably will. As long as it's the continuous. I can MST that, then I can flip this, and then at least I like have Oleanoids as well. But they haven't synchroed with that one. That's not what they've done. There's Scarred. Sure. Are you synchroing now with these two? Have you now minorly messed up the lines? I don't think you have. It just looks like it though. Oh, is this just straight 12? No, you're making a 10. Is this Baron? This is Baron, isn't it? Have you locked into yourself into like Dark Dragon Synchros? You have. You can't make Baron. And you can't use this Moonstar. You needed to target the Red Riser in the grave. But they haven't. So what do now? Attack the Red Rising. I think it might just be attack the Red Rising. Nope, there's a search. Spell trap search anyway. Bestial Dissipator. When your opponent activates a monster effect, type a banish card, shuffle it into the deck. Then, if you shuffle, destroy. If you shuffle it into your opponent's, negate. That's fine. They get a spell trap. And they get a Red Dragon Archfiend straight from the extra. Dark Dragon Synchro. There's Crimson Gaia. So this gets popped. You don't have a banished monster. Not yet. So they could pop this. If I'm understanding right, yeah. Which means we can then just do this, because they don't have a banished monster, I don't have a banished monster. Summon. Effect. Discard. To destroy Dissipator. And they can't do anything about it. There's Crimson Gaia. They activate the effect and we just MST. No search. Right, they have this, but I don't know what else they have, really. I'm not sure if they're willing to crash. They should. They are. They aren't. In that case, I think we do this. Just to get material. Now, with a 2 and an 8 on the field, we can link summon. Oh, and we just get a hit in for 12. Right, the Yugioh is funny, but it's not what we need. So... yeah, we don't have anything that really deals with it. So it is just battle phase. Crash. This will go to the grave, but then it comes back in end phase. We're going to poke them for 12. They are left 2 cards in hand and a top deck. No. I could destroy the Light Imprisoning Mirror, but it's not hurting them, and it's not currently hurting me, so there's not any point whatsoever. There's a chance they do just have nothing. They've blown through 2 Red Risings. Of course, you see, there's a chance they have nothing. There's not a guarantee. Add a Fiend Tuner. And... special. Now, if you have a normal summon of level 4 Fiend, and you have another Red Rising, then I have an issue, don't I? If you do not, then you're just summoning blockers. But you do... well, next Red Rising, right? Surely. No, it is just blockers. This is a rather disappointing draw. But if that's the situation they're in, I am happy to take it. Because they've now got all of these out. And I guess main 2, we set this, let them sweat. because it's activatable, so we'll have to cancel it, and they might think it's real. Just possibly. There we go. It's that easy, apparently. We win a duel, we complete the proficiency, we got ourselves the Duel Pass rewards. 5 legacy tickets. Right, I'm gonna go back to like the main screen for this, but yeah. So let's proficiency test. Something a bit different. We get an icon. Brilliant. Tribute Synchro Link. You know, we can actually do those with our current deck, so... We could also do it with the Vampires deck. What's the name? Sword Soul of Tyre. Not that that's massively relevant. If Synchro, all monsters you control gain 700. Semi-relevant. I mean, it's gotta be this, right? What do you mean it's... Okay, I guess it's the card in the background, not the card in the forward. Subtraction. Because it's not these two, and I have that. Again, not massively relevant. This is Beast King Barbaros. Again, not relevant. Relinquish Anima has an effect. Targets 1. Equip that. Counting both players' fields, what is the maximum number of monster zones where this can be activated? 2. 6. Yes. Damn it. What's the name of this card? Firewall Dragon. I think it's that one. Singularity. Okay, I think we failed this then, haven't we? Unless we clinch this. Oh, Synchros. It's affected by Xyz, but it's not a true towers, so it's still affected by spell trap cards. What did I miss on that? So, name. Just simple. They're asking about the card in the background. In the illustration. But is this not... Okay. Sure. Yeah, 6, because it's the 2 extra monster zones either side and the 2... yeah. And that's just, yeah, that's not the card it is, because Firewall Dragon has so many versions. Is that? That's Neo Tempest Terahertz. Okay. Well, we cleared it. Which means we can start on it. But first, you know what we have? We have some legacy tickets open. We have a whole 9 of these things. Let's do it. Let's see what majestic cards we could pull from this. Bound 1, Spellcaster support. Not particularly brilliant. XYZ support. I don't know what we have from the related, but it's going to take a lot to get that to work. Birthright isn't good. Lucky Chance isn't good. This is a very specific fusion. We don't have the materials. That's terrible. We don't have... Well, we have... Yeah, we have Phantasm Spiral, but that's not going to help there. I don't think half of these are going to... Forces a card? No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. Okay. I don't think any of these are particularly great. No, unfortunately. This is possibly the most promising thing, but that does rely we get a lot of specific pulls, which we're not particularly likely to. Right, anyway, we get a win in Platinum, and that means 2 Master Packs. See what we can pull. 1. It's a Predaplant. It's a Beat Stick. Places a Predator. It's not bad. And this is basically a summon from deck. It probably trades itself out because it's only 1800 and we'd like to put it on... Ooh. This is good. Ninja field spell. I think we've got both field spells if I remember right, but we now have 2 of them. And that one's not a bad one. Hey, this is a very good super heavy. This is great. It's a free summon tuner. I believe it locks us, right? After this card was special summoned this way, you cannot special summon except super heavies. But it also comes back if you tribute it for a super heavy. We don't have the DDD pulls, I'm pretty sure. Okay, let's see about the next one. Looks the same on the outside. Is it the same on the inside? Probably not. I mean, already not. There's a super rare. There's another super rare. No effect to bring itself out, but it can special summon a... Okay, so this could enable rank 6s. These are all duplicates. That's a good card. It's going to work more in the Kaiju deck. And if it works more in the Kaiju deck, what are we making with it? That's a Dark World card. We can't really do anything with this. And that is a new Yangzing. Alright. Sure. It's not the best, but... Oh. That's just a new card. If this card is special summoned from the extra deck, add a Galaxy or Tachyon, detach 2, special a rank 8 dragon with 3 using this as material, then you can attach a Galaxy from your extra deck. I don't think we have anything that's particularly related to this. It's a good card. I just don't think we can do anything with it. I think other rank 8s we have might in fact be better. And of course it's from the selection pack at the moment, so it doesn't really do anything. But yeah, while I'm here between duels, let's just have a quick look-see. What do we have for Hazy Flames? Exactly 2. This locks us into fire. So, do we have a fire rank 6? We have it. It's not great. In fact, it gets exactly, what, 2 banishes for a card in their graveyard or on their field, and that's it. It's an effect. It's not really worth putting those 2 cards in a build around. We really are getting these Amazoness cards. Nope, wrong one. Related. Yeah, that is a few Amazoness. It's... We can't fusion summon, I'm pretty sure. Do these just hard fusion summon with polymerization? I feel like they do, right? Nope, there's the fusion. Using monsters from your hand or field. Level 5 or higher +1. Okay. And we have this one. Which... We have this one. So... Cannot be destroyed by battle. If they do battle, they banish at the end of damage calculation. Special summon an Amazoness from your hand. If a monster is special summoned to your opponent's field while you control an Amazoness, gain life. So, in theory, we could do the Amazoness kind of like plays, right? We can get into Liger plus Queen plus these 2. And that would be enough. Like, Queen, like, just on its own would be fine. But having this makes it a little bit better, because we actually have, like, 2 beat sticks. Problem. We already have this one. And how do we get to it? I think it's from stuff we don't have. If this card is normal special summon, you can add an Amazoness spell trap. Right. Target an Amazoness, return special. If this card is special, you can add poly. Set Amazoness spell trap or poly directly. So yeah, we don't have the searches for the fusion stuff. So that's not happening. And then your related cards. Yeah, we don't have a single one of the XEs that it's related to. So that's a no-go. But Sword Shield is good. And, well, I remember, Kaijus. So yeah, we've got a Gerdala and a Jizukuru we're not including. Gerdala is an 8. And the Sword Shield is also an 8. So we have Draglubion. Rank 8 Dragon XCs. It gets to Draglubion, but if we can make this, we can just make Draglubion. Anyway, let's check out the rank 8 XEs we do have. We have Sanafond, which is certainly a payoff. Draglubion. Take 2 dragon numbers, special 1, attach the other. I think he might be the only dragon number we have. Maybe not. We could have lower ranks. The Springen's Explorer, but we don't have the field spell. So it can't restock itself for material. This needs 3. That needs 2. Once per turn, when your normal or magic key destroys, you can detach, inflict damage. Target a monster your opponent controls with the same attribute as a detach, banish. That's not bad, actually. We need to get to it, and to get to it, we need to kaiju our opponent's field, basically, so that doesn't seem easy, but it's good. This isn't terrible. That's 3, that's 2, but it's not great. This one's okay, because it's protection for itself. And that's not great. Right, yeah, not build-arounds just yet. Things to consider. Is it worth including Gerdala now? That's not how you spell it. We have a 10, we have a 9, we have a 10. I feel like we want to, right? We want to have breadth. It's, if we are stuck having to summon this to our own field, it's not the worst, because we get to halve everything else. Did I save that? I did. So, give me a second, I'll be right back, and then we pop into the next duel. And we are back. Right. So, yeah, after that small change, let's get into the next duel. Of course, I don't think we're going to get up to Diamond in the short time between this month and next month. That seems a little bit fantastical. But we could see if we can get a couple wins in, get a couple new cards. That's the idea. After all, we're only, like, you know, I don't know, 5 cards from a Tenpai deck. So they are probably on grass, because they wanted us to go first. On a 7-card extra, 60-card main. I don't think they're playing a real deck. So, we can normal summon this. And we can set 1, set 2, set 3. I think we want to activate this to banish the special. Just so we get a token on their turn. It also, well no, it doesn't tag into this. I believe we only have the one, right? Yeah, we only have the one. But we do get a token. We've got a Snatch Steal, we've got Cosmic, we've got a Deep Grave. So if this does go to the grave, we can get it back. I don't know what they've drawn that's giving them this response time. Because I think if they've drawn anything to respond, they should probably use it. They're not having a great day, are they? Josh, you okay over there? 60 cards, set 1. 2. What are the odds they've bricked? Yeah, for sure we're sniping one of those. We're not going to let them keep that. Black Horn of Heaven. Well, that's good. Do this. Get ourselves another one. Summon it in attack position. We can hit them for half their life now, and just, you know, deal the rest of it later. Seeing as they seem to have bricked, we can probably just crack down their only monster, and that'll do it. We get a token during the standby phase anyway, and it takes us out of sphere mode range. In terms of we still get to keep 1, so I think it's worth doing. I don't know what it is about building a 60-card deck that makes people think it's just drastically more consistent. I've seen talk in the Monarch Discord that a 60-card deck is pretty good, but, you know, on the other hand, it's Monarchs. 60 cards for, like, zombies and things that want to go to the grave, I get it, but this is, as far as I know, just regular deck. Magnamut. You don't have a card in your grave anywhere. I could tribute some of the Magnamut. Doesn't do much, but I could. I have 4 2000 attack tokens. Let this be one chonky set card for you to live this. In fact, just to make sure, do we want to tribute summon Magnamut? Just so we definitely do it. Attack with Magnamut in. Yeah. What are the odds it's anime style deck building? Complete Highlander, really. Like, what are the odds that if they'd gotten the right hand, they just do, like, full Dark Magician things? I don't know who wants to place money on it. I don't. No, it is Blue Eyes. With a couple heroes. I really don't understand the deck building choices here, but they are certainly choices. But you know what those choices mean for us? Another couple master packs. No legacy tickets just yet. We'll leave that to build up a couple more. We probably do need to rework good stuff, but I will leave it for a minute. This is rather good as an equip card. Marshalling Field. Opens 3 whole packs. We do have machines. We don't have the spell trap target, which is a problem. We could probably make use of it. Realistically, it's just a slight issue. This is rather good. Works very well for Cosmos. Asmina. I don't think we have anything related to this. It's a good card, but I don't think we have anything. When Asmina or Sinful Spoils card or effect is activated, it... how good is it? I still think it's pretty good if we could make use of it. Build around, probably not. As much as there was that Rescue Ace tool, it's not like everyone is on Sinful Spoils, or even Asmina. Like, Blue Eyes is a solid chunk of the game. I guess we need to look at how much of the message we have. Target any number of your fiends that are banished in your grave, add them to your hand. I know there's a condition there, I'm just reading the rest of it. It's okay. And that is the next decent thing. If this card battles an opponent's monster, detach, change it to 0, this card gains. During the battle phase, quick, return special summon up to 2 from your face-up extra deck in defense position. The problem with this is that we really, really need to be on them, and we don't even have, like, I'm not sure how many we have. If that was a royal, that might have mattered. As it is, I don't think we have enough. It's like, it's the card that makes Prank Kids accessible, but I don't think we have many, really. We should look. Link ones are always worth the look. Okay, we have nearly every name. But what does this do? So 1 level 4 or lower. So you can send a Prank Kids from your deck to the grave. Then you can special summon a Prank Kids from your hand or deck. Inflict 500, then you can special summon a Prank Kids from your hand or deck. Banish 1 card from your hand, draw 1, then you can special summon a Prank Kids from your hand or deck. Okay. And then how do we do this? I don't think we do, right? We still need a way to fusion summon, which they have their own in archetype one, and we barely have any generics, and it makes this. If your Prank Kids monster attacks your opponent, so Armades, during your opponent's turn, quick effect tribute this, then target 2 non-fusion special summon them, they cannot be destroyed by battle. So if we have a way to repeat fusion, we could make this twice. It's not reason enough for me to think of playing these. Yeah, it's a level 1. Makes anima, but... yeah, but it needs to be used as material for Prank Kids. It's nice. I don't think it's that good. That's related card is only that one. Yep. And related cards to you. We have this. That's it. Sure. Melodious. We have a few. Fortissimo. Send this card to the graveyard, fusion summon using monsters you control. And we have Concerto, which just fusion summons using hand or field. Special summon target Melodious in your grave. Once per turn fusion. Discard special. Once per turn. Send from extra deck. What do we have in the extra deck? I think it is just the one that we're looking at. Special, destroyed by battle, special. It looks like we, outside of just hard drawing the fusion materials, we don't really have a way to get to them. It makes this, which isn't the worst, but it's just not quite good enough to justify. No related cards. You have related cards. We have some. God damn it. And yeah, none of the rest of this is quite worth. We have the field spell. And we have double I, but not the rest of it. Okay. Right, just back into the duels then. Nothing has changed. Surprise, surprise. And we get to choose. Apocalyptic fire driven by the wind. I wonder what title that was for. I don't pay too much attention to the titles in Master Duel. Well, in some cases this is just an FTK. They've got 3 card extra. Summon, set, your move. We get a field spell. They have 60 cards and 3, which I have no idea what that's going to be. It feels like another anime deck, probably. Or just badly constructed, in some regard. And... oh, we crashed. OBS, are you okay? OBS is okay. Okay, cool. Sorry for the quick flicker there, I just had to check. It wasn't updating for some reason. Just like this duelist isn't really dueling. Maybe that's part of the... maybe that's because this guy's on the field. Who knows? Set 1, set 2. Might be Blue Eyes again. The other guy was Blue Eyes. Yep, you go for it. Do you have Pendulum Monsters then? Pendulum Monsters get around in Inspector Border. You have Amorphage. You know what that does? Stop your opponent from activating effects. That's a 3 scale and a 5 scale. While you control an Amorphage monster, neither player contribute. That's fine. You have 2 face downs. Okay, you're going to make those 1 higher. What level do you need to summon? Okay, he can Pendulum Summon now. He could always Pendulum Summon. Sure. We'll just activate a Kyoto Waterfront. Yeah. It deck thins. It seems decent. I don't think there's really much to do about it. They can attack into this and they aren't destroyed by the battle, that's fine. And they're not going to do the thing. Light Imprisoning Mirror. Well, I don't think that's really going to come up. It can't be destroyed by battle, so I guess for the moment we just, you know, we just summon. And we just hit it. Now, good thing Inspector Order is not an activated effect. Now, they can actually do this effect under Inspector Order because Pendulums count as one of the types. I don't know why they would. The thing is, it's a scale 4. Is it a mandatory effect? No, it's optional. They're just thinking about it. This deck is going to be something when we actually look at it in the profile, isn't it? Do you guys like seeing what random things you find on the ladder? Do you guys enjoy looking at the random profiles and critiquing their deck building, whether it's a bot or just a person? Well, they pass the turn. Sweet. Give it priority so it can actually move to their draw phase. Maybe even their main phase. Eventually. Yeah, I think after this stream's done, I'm definitely going to work on the good stuff deck. Probably see if we can revisit our stun deck. And, oh, the pendulum changes permanent. I didn't only just noticed. Huh. But yeah, see if we can revisit our so-called stun deck, and see if we can build machines in some regard. Do you pendulum summon the one from hand? They haven't read his effect, have they? Why has that... If this card is special summoned to a zone that is not the main monster zone, destroy it. They haven't used an effect this turn. They haven't used a monster effect. Am I missing something? Well, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. One thing I can do is I can use my own pendulum monster. Bye. Anyway, just go in with battle phase. Start swinging. This is exactly the kind of person who would have battle traps, but they don't seem to right now. And set one. I said we'd, you know, put the Kaiju Field spell up because we might search. That was assuming any cards would go to their grave ever. Those two spell traps must be really phenomenal. I mean, as it is, one of these is continuous. The other one requires them to attack, and I don't think that's going to happen. There's another one. Scale 3. Don't know what it does. Don't know what either of these are really doing for them. Okay. You're slowly working your way up to, like, a scale 10? I don't know. You need to be able to pendulum summon 7? Can you pendulum summon the card in hand? You can pendulum summon from the extra deck, bare minimum. Yep. Yeah, neither player can special from the extra deck, but the problem is I don't need the extra deck. I just need to banish it. And then I can special summon from the extra deck. You can gain an additional pendulum summon. Also, it has just lost all the attack it had. Is that a card you can in fact pendulum summon in your hand, or are you clicking buttons? They are in fact clicking the buttons. They declare an attack with this, we block with the Ascension, put a counter on this, and the thing comes back next turn. Sure. You've still only got one monster effect. That's a DDD. This is by far the worst pendulum slop I've ever seen. What are you attacking into? No, I don't think you will. Attack this seed. Sure. Have a counter. there's a reward for placing spell counters. I don't know if there's a reward for just counter placement generally. I think not. Which means the optimal deck to do it with, of course, is Endymion. This returns. As does their clockwork thing, which can't be in the center zone, but it's not special summoned, it just exists. So we change everything to a machine. We special summon this because reasons. I genuinely don't know if we just... I think... Yeah, we don't actually have quite enough to kill. So we need to tribute summon. Which means we're getting over this one. That's enough. Battle phase. We go 25 over this one. Oh, it was well more than enough, actually. I was just really, really, really bad at math. Oh no, my tribute summon. Anyway. Fun times. Fun times have been had. I'm not sure Inspector Border actually did anything there. He existed, but... to what end? To what purpose when your opponent's not really using effects? So it is Pendulum Slop. The deck's win condition is Cliffort. Like, just surface glancing at all of this, I'm not sure if you can make these. There is no fusion card in there. That's a Valmonica card. Unless one of these guys fuses. You could be here for a long time looking for a card that fuses. Do you fuse? No. Supreme King. That one doesn't. That doesn't. You don't, I'm pretty sure. Nope. So, yes, unless I'm mistaken, they just don't actually have a method to fusion summon. I think I'm reading too deep into this, you know. Deck is a pile of cards. Chatter is a bot. Anyway. Yeah, let's go over to the shop. Let's open some legacy tickets, as we've got more than one now. More than two, even. They do sometimes give you really good stuff, but most of the time it's stuff like this. It's an okay lingering effect, but you just wouldn't play it. And this is Spirit Support. And it gets you to stack your deck once. Not the best thing. This is Piercing, which causes your opponent to discard. It's kind of the counterpart to Parsheth, which, you know, allows you to draw a card. So this is fine, but, you know, fine for early. Same as this, really. Chainlink stuffs, a normal monster. I guess we should pay a little bit more attention to our normal monsters. Like, this one's new, so we can't use it with Rescue Rabbit. And we need, like, good normal monsters to use with Rescue Rabbit. That's another thing. Another win in Platinum means another 2 secret packs. Or master packs, even. Secret packs only if we get exceptionally high ranked, or if we happen to pull royal rares. Stardust card, more duplicates. That's plant support. Tribute a plant, special both this and a plant from your hand. Also, you cannot summon except for plants. Target a plant, all plants you control become that level. So, if we have 2 plants on field and 2 plants in hand, we can make the rank 8. A lot of setup. And that assumes that none of our plants on field are tokens. That's really specifically to do with starters. This is Blue Eyes, but targets this card, quick effect. Send an effect you control to the grave. If you do, add up to 2 Blue Eyes monsters with different names for your deck to your hand. If this card is in your graveyard, target the Blue Eyes control, shuffle it into the deck, special this. That seems pretty awful. That seems pretty good. That's a second Bestial. Makes rank 6s better. If your opponent's special is a Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, and or Xyz and or Link, except during the damage to that tribute, target, banish. Yeah, we're playing this. This is fantastic. It is still streaming. Fantastic. Yes. Okay, so that's a hell of a first pack. We get another Bestial. In the light-centric meta. Right. A Phantom Knights card. Targets a banished Phantom Knights in its hand. Nope, that's not particularly great. The second effect might be relevant, but the point is we need the first effect to be relevant for it, really. That's plant support. It doesn't matter who destroys it, it just needs to be destroyed. Of course, it is also support for Black Rose Dragon, but we're not going to get Black Rose Dragon. Shuffle a Sinful Spoils. Well, we have one regarding our new fusion monster. But the problem is it needs to shuffle from Graveyard and Banishment, which means we need to have ones that are good enough to include in the deck and to use or to discard. Which just isn't happening. I can tell you that for a fact. Right. So, what do we take out for a good old Bestial Boldrake? If we take anything out in the first place, we might just slot it in. Do we need the Moon Mirror Shield? I don't think we need the Moon Mirror Shield. Just make a 1-for-1 swap. There's probably some other things we could take out. The Chaos Trap Hole. I think this comes up less than the Floodgate, because the Floodgate you can use so that at the very least an established field is negated, but once the summon is done, this just isn't relevant anymore. So let's try those couple of changes. And jump back into it. The second Bestial really is kind of insane. So, really happy with that one. And we get to choose. Let's try it. Gotta go first. They've got the happy cat bunny make thing. I'm still not quite sure what you describe it as, but horrors beyond my wildest dreams. What are these sleeves? I don't know what those sleeves are. We're going to normal summon. We're going to activate. We're going to set. And we're going to set. Hopefully you don't need them to be non-machines. Or hopefully you need them to be non-machines, sorry. Here I am wishing my opponent good luck. I don't need them to have luck. I need them to brick. I need them to need non-machines. But that is a Dark Magician card. Well, no. It's a card that gets Illusion of the Magician's Souls, which is possibly a draw engine. Oh no, this is actually Dark Magician then. Does it matter that Timaeus is a dragon? If they don't have a spellcaster in hand, it will matter. And the Olinoid is going to be probably quite useful here. As it is, this is no longer a dragon, which is significant. This can't be used for Dragoon. This cannot be used for the... Well, let's just check the related cards. I believe this one. Yeah, Dark Magician and a Dragon, which is a real thorn. That needs a spellcaster. Dragon, Warrior. Yeah, none of these list machine. I'm pretty happy with that. That's Eternal Soul. I don't think we care. So, why don't we leave it? Honestly. Dogfighter. Dogfighter's good, but I think we just want to keep our Pendulum for the moment. Because Dogfighter does clear, but this is probably just better. Maybe I've misjudged. They've had plenty of opportunities to activate. There it is, Eternal Soul. Use the effect. No. Definitely not. Get out of here. I was hoping they would do it earlier, so I could punch in for 27 direct. But I think they knew I probably had a spell trap destruction. And they can't do it. Well, sometimes your luck swings one way, sometimes it swings the other way. We get a legacy ticket. Neat. I assume that is just like Dark Magician. Yeah, pretty much. Just Dark Magician. Like, you want 3 of this, definitely. Like, you want 3 of this, and 3 of this. And 3 of this. I don't know about 3 of this, but this is awful. They are playing the quintet, so that's why that's even in there at all. You probably want to get more Magician's Salvation if you don't want, like, more Eternal Soul, because you still just want to see it, like, every game. A deck full of 2-ofs is, for some reason, not what I'd consider optimal. Only the 1 ticket, so just the 2 Master Packs. Let's see what we can pull. We've already got something pretty damn good today. So that's Tri-type? No, it is Tri-Brigade support, but kind of related to the Tri-type. Okay, so this is not a Marauding Captain situation. This is a Decoy-roid situation. Good to know. Fire and Ascator. I don't think we have the card related. Mirage Swordsman. Doesn't have a pack, so even if it was a royal... I mean, if it was a royal, we would have got an extra master, so there's that. But I don't think that's even remotely worth it for us. Not at the moment, anyway. We are not using the extra deck for fusions. I don't think we have Claw of Hermos. That's the second Spirit Message card. Not that we really want to get all of them, but if we do, it's a cheeky little side thing. So, once per turn, banish a plant from your grave. Target a monster your opponent controls halve. During the battle phase, if this is attacked, banish a plant from your grave until the end. Halve this... No, if this card attacked, okay. It's not fantastic. It's a synchro, it works for plants. That's a Zodiac. Neat. We have 2 Zodiac monsters now. Well, for a total count of 3. It gives us a 1600 Xyz, which deals piercing. It's something to think about. This is decent. I don't know what Fiend Tuners we have. It just locks into synchros, not any specific type. And it is a rotor. That's another Vendread card. We just got a Vendread card in our last pack. I don't think we have related, but we should definitely check. And that's Basic Revival. Target 1 monster in your graveyard, special summon it in defense. I do like the Deep Grave, but Back to the Front might just be better, generally. Right, let's again take a little look at those, because we are getting pulls that are worth thinking about. So, if we take a look at Vendread... Oh, we actually have a decent amount of monsters, but we don't have any of the rituals, which makes it pretty much unplayable. We don't have the... Yeah, we don't have the Hermos card. That's a very simple check. This just related to plants generally. Oh, it's a Rose card. Actually, that's probably a good way to check. There's plenty that's related to this, right? Yeah, we've got Ruddy Rose Dragon. And this has to target Black Rose, yeah. Okay. We've already looked at this. And... So, Yeah, we're a little bit short. We have a fusion, but I don't think we can even cheat it out remotely. When this card is equipped to... While this card is equipped to a fusion monster control, send it special. Treat it as a fusion summon. If a monster is special summoned at level 7 or lower, during your opponent's battle phase, banish this tribute with face down defense position, special summon a Flame Swordsman or one monster that mentions it from your deck or extra. That does mention it, actually. So we can just banish it we can banish it and tribute a face down defense position to get out a 2800. But the problem is it's only 28. It's got a once per turn pop. And it can double its attack, it just dies in the end phase if that happens, and then we can't reboard it. Which then brings us into that. Does this mention Flame Swordsman? It does mention Flame Swordsman. Huh. I don't think that's still worth it. Maybe in like our ninja or warrior pile that we've got going on. Right, Zodiac cards. Okay, we've got 2 Xyz monsters. We've got 3 main deck monsters. 5 spells traps. You can detach from another Xyz, that's not worth it. You can banish this, target to attach one to... Nope, not worth it. Attach a Zodiac monster from your deck. Now, this could, in theory, be worth it. It's just a normal trap, so it's the one-time use. That's a little unfortunate. During either player's turn, except the turn this card was sent, banish, target 5 zoos with different names, shuffle. The problem is, it's a once on that one. And... okay, so the only one we could actually make legitimately is Chakanine, which requires us getting to Thoroughblade and Whiptail both. But it has a quick effect that you can attach this... okay, the Whiptail has a quick effect to attach. Ends the attack and defense once per turn to attach target zoo special. It cannot be used as Xyz material, that's a problem. This card can attack directly. And you need to battle a monster. You need to battle a monster. It is something worth thinking about. Thoroughblade is not nothing. And we don't have the related card, that's fine. It's good to know. Wait. I mean... yeah, no, this needs to be... well, it is a generic tuner, it just doesn't really do things for us, I guess. Oh, and I didn't even check Tri-Brigade. We have a Link 2. I don't think that's enough to justify it. That doesn't have related cards. Fiend Tuner, 15 or less. Right, filters time. Tuner. Fiend. Yeah, I guess that's the lowest. There we go. Okay, so we've got Supe. We've got a Flare Res. We've got the Uvua Loop. We've got Double Res. Chain... oh. We've got Crimson Resonator. Granted, we only have the one of that guy. But I don't think we have the Red Rising Dragon, do we? We have the Red Rising Dragon. Food for thought. I still don't think we can do anything. It's Dark Dragon Synchros. We can make Borrowload. For what good it's worth. Can't make this because it needs a pendulum. And none of the rest of the stuff fits. You're a worm? Yeah. It was a fun theory. Also, I'm just realizing we didn't actually check the Predator plan. a number of prayer plants, but no fusions, which kind of kicks it a little bit. Okay. Possibly a bit too long spent looking at our collection. Let's go into it again. More optimistic than ever. Three-pronged unicorn. Three-pronged union. Ah. Just complete misreading. Opponent chooses. I'm going second. Can't say that's unexpected. Hand works. 13 extra, 40 main. So just a regular deck. Just a bot. Never mind. Or someone who doesn't read, but I would think that's a bot. Do we want to just normal summon Sangan? No, I think we probably want to tribute summon. Yeah, I think we probably want to tribute summon. Activate this one. Special. Take the 700. Tribute summon. Get a counter. And if it dies, it does float. But it doesn't die. We can set the Sangan or just summon it next turn and link it off as material. Although, if they don't summon a monster, they are just dead. Because they have 6,000, we get a token in their standby phase, we get a token in our standby phase. I'd say place your bets, but it's, the odds are basically just even. They haven't used either of their spell traps. They've summoned one 2k guy who's blown himself up. Yep. Okay, so do we kill them next turn? I don't quite think we do anymore. Well, if they declare an attack into our cards, we definitely do. You find bot duels in the strangest of places. Well, end phase, draw phase, standby, we get a token. We get Goldrake. He makes an appearance, eager to put in work. But there's nothing he can really do. We kind of got it already. If they made a monster that wasn't able to be destroyed by battle, and for some reason it just had high enough attack, we could make the Link 3 and just pop it. And then Sangam would be in the grave, and we could summon out the Goldrake. That's gotta be just a bot. Yeah. You really do find them in the strangest of places. That is plat 4. You'd assume a bot like that would just be down in plat 5, unless it goes against other bots and beats those. I guess that is a possibility. So 1950 defender. And that's about it. Altergeist can query. Need to control an Altergeist. Banish a light from your hand or grave. Special this. Can't special from the extra deck except light or dark synchros. If special target banish core. Yeah. I'm not sure we have the Core of Chaos. We got a surprising amount of this guy.
if we have a deck that can make rank 7s, we can actually get this guy out, because we have the Absolute. I don't think we have Injectors. This card is kind of key for them, I think, but... Wait. If this card is normal special summon, take 2 Dark Lords, special summon 1 to your opponent's field, add to your hand. We have the Condemned Maiden, which can get us to Indulge Dark Lord. I don't think we have other Dark Lords. We just opened the 1 pack there, so pack number 2. Started on an odd 100 gems, I believe. Terror. Sure. Another Revenge Red. Melodious. That's a good card. Problem, we need to control the Dynamorphia. And we can't really afford to halve our life points. These are certainly cards. Interesting. But not good enough, really. Just double check on those pulls. Check that I didn't accidentally draw 3 packs. 1... No, we didn't. But yeah, I believe... Where is it? Yeah, we have the ways. We have the means. What do we have, Dark Lords? So we can give them a Dark Lord. We can give them many Dark Lords. Special summon one of them to your opponent's field in defense. Add the other to your hand. So we give them this in defense. Great. But as for the rest of these, I think this is like the only thing we want to keep in the grave. Or the only other thing we might even want to summon. Send a Dark Lord from your hand or face a field to the grave. Negate. Oh. No, that's pretty good. How do we target a spell trap, apply, then shuffle? Okay. And that's the fusion, but we don't have the fusion. But I think we still have to pay the costs. So, not as worth it, really. Considering that we could also just get into Lopter and do generator plays. There are some very fantastic titles. I have very few titles. Right. Well, this is certainly a hand. Normal summon border. Activate spell. Set trap. Look like I'm trying to perform a 5-turn kill. Best stun impression, go. The thing is, we can summon from the extra deck. Imperm. That's fine. We still have Torrential. Oh, it's voiceless. Yeah, this is an issue. Ritual summon. Right. Add a voiceless voice. I think we just have to, right? Scepter, damage set, banish this special. So yeah, they can just do that. I don't know if they're gonna, but they can. The thing is, I don't think they needed to... They don't normally need to stop Inspector Border, I don't think. And yeah, here's the thing, they do just get it for free, they just cheat it. Can they cheat the one from grave, or is it from deck? Hand or deck, so at the very least they're cycling through them. That's the Raven. Oh, they might just be on the one. Target one of your voiceless voice, add it back to the hand. Why are you targeting the spell? Do you have the other one in hand? Tribute. Entire ritual. Yep, there's the other one. Da 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 da. See, another light deck that the Floodgate beats. Torrential was certainly a card. The thing is, the attack gain isn't activated. The negate is an activated. So we would have been counting on the field spell to stall. Long story short, I do believe. It's just a passive while you control low. Not the worst. We can possibly put some counters on it, and we can set 1, set 2 in the process. If your sleeves are accurate, then this is going to deal with you pretty handedly. If they're not accurate, then, well, you know. Yeah, that's certainly a light monster, you know. On the other hand, it will put an untold number of counters on this. Oh. Oh, this does actually do something. And these do have to be sent from the field, I've just remembered, so yeah, it's not going to do that much. But that does something. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, fusion summon. Yeah. Now, if they do go into a fusion, I do just have to pop it. Or if they just normal summon. That'll get me 3 counters on the field. I can search out kaijus. And you don't have the material to fusion summon. End phase. Neat. What if we add an Unchained? We can add an Unchained. What if we add a kaiju? Let's add you. And what if we pass turn because our hand was full of high-level monsters? Could you do things? Under Light Imprisoning Mirror in Tear Sworn. That is a light monster. That is a light monster. That doesn't work. But it is 2 effect monsters. Or 2 monsters with different names. They might just genuinely be trying to get damage in. Not sure what they're trying to summon. There's that one. Yep. Foolish Burial, send 1. Can only assume it's the Tailorman. Because it's not going to be a Light Sworn, they wouldn't do that. Like, it should be a Dark Monster they send. Now, if it's a Dark Monster, there is a chance I'm just dead. But we'll get to that when we get to that. At the moment, they're taking great... Oh, they sent a light. Yes. Just damage. You're not going to do anything with the extract. You got a whole 15 cards there. Oh, there's summoning. There's Tryheart. That is definitely not a light monster. But that is. Well, you saw me add a Kaiju last turn. So, just to, yeah. We're going to summon it here. Special summon. Remove 3 counters. Normal summon Sangan. And just, yeah, short battle phase here. That'll do it. They really aren't doing anything much. I don't know what they're expecting to top deck that keeps them in the game. Yeah, we weren't a particularly fun player for them to go against, but the sleeves were partially accurate, so... we need to win what we can. Oh. That's the amount of Telements you are playing just to mill? That's it? This really is light. Oh, and we wouldn't have to deal with snow. That's fantastic. You see, the floodgate pays off. Can you believe it? In the light-dominated format. Parallel Twister. It does destroy, which is unfortunate. It's spell trap removal, which is good, but it does destroy. That's not particularly great. That's fine, but it's not great. Stone Dragon's just a normal. And yeah, none of that's particularly being played. So, 2 Hold Master Packs. They could have just about anything in them. Except Mimicking Man-Eater Bug and Stealth Kraken. That's 10. Like a Leg of the Forbidden One. X-Saber Bellum. It keeps your opponent bricked if they have that many cards in hand, but the solution they have is literally to just put something, anything on the field. That's Earth Machine things. During the main phase, quick effect, send a monster from your hand or field. Target special negates effects. If this card is in your grave, send special. Hearted Dragon is decent. It's a special summon, and it can be used as... I thought this could be used as 2 tributes. No, it just gains an effect if used as tribute. Okay. What about the other pack? Another Big Bang. That's an anti-Xyz. That is to do with Xyz, loosely. Fluff will support more vampires. And what are you? No, we will never have that field spell in the field zone. This is nice. I don't know if we play it. I know that sounds crazy, but the thing is, the vampires we are needing are kind of like the 2 lower level ones, the Retainer and the Bat. I think the Bat is just called Bat. I'm not sure. Right, they gotta choose. Dangerous times for us. We're going first. Oh, this could be a few things. Temper everyone's expectations. Could even be Evil Hero, and we could have opened with a DD Crow of sorts. Set 1, and set 2,
And pass turn. We get to put a stop to light effects on field engrave, and we get to, if they blow up the back row, special summon out the Unchained. Supreme King indeed. I don't think lights are going to happen. There might be the odd light monster, maybe. But I don't think there's going to be many of them. There's Stratos. Add. Because you can't use the MST because they don't control others. That's a hand effect, so that's fine. Because this only stops field grave. I need to tribute one other. Okay, it's a little bit less good, but still, it's a DD Crow. It summons a 25 body. Level 6. Should really check out our rank 6s. Discard one card, take one level 4 or lower, either add or special. That is not an attribute that we can really affect in any way. That is, though. Make them declare the effect at the very least. That's unfortunate. So they don't get that effect, they don't get this effect. But what do they get? They have this engrave? Nope. No. They might have a fusion card in hand in some way. But at the moment, I'm kind of liking it. Once per turn, if your Fiend battles an opponent's monster, these are both different types. They've got one back row, 2 in hand, and they don't seem to be doing anything with it. We can wipe their field. Don't really know what it's going to cost us. Could cost us a level 1, or it could cost us some nebulous other card. Do you reckon most people are salty that they go up against a Masochist deck and lose? I reckon they probably are. Because the two reactions are, it's a Masochist deck, you've got to let them have their wins. It's, you know, well, I guess 3 reactions. There's indifference, there's, oh look, a Masochist deck, and then there's, you know, I lost to this. Reveal a fusion, add up to 2. They're adding Neos. What did they reveal? Neos Lord. Yeah. You can just, you know, Super Volley. Although I don't think they would have set Super Volley. They would have kept that in hand, surely. And the thing is, they still have to get the Neos onto the field. That's the other thing. I feel like this is kind of it. They're just trying to really work out lines that aren't there. As I'm watching the cars of the skyscraper field in the background. I don't know why. It's a small level of detail and animation that didn't really need to be there, but it's nice that it is. Like the slight ambience of falling leaves on the forest. You can tell that I'm trying to talk about random things to keep the conversation going. To keep the stream of chatter. They are just attacking in. Is it Honest Neos? Because that would be minor... Oh wait, no, it's a Fiend. Do you play higher than 8 though? That is a 7. Oh, it's times 200, right. Right. It's in an extra monster zone. It's a temporary boost, right?
Until the end of the turn, yeah. Temporary boost. Set 2. They've got Nearest in hand. They can't Super Poly because... Well, I don't think they can Super Poly. Well, certainly a guy of all time. What if we just destroy the one card they control? How do you think they react? Target face-up cards. What's a number? Negate. Okay. You have to spend your negate on that. That's fine. Set 1. They could have multiple of those. Banish it, target up to 5 hero monsters in your graveyard, shuffle them into the deck. They can use that full effect now. Only thing I can do is snatch steal a guy from them. And that's if they don't have anything to counter it. Battles an opponent's monster specifically. That is another starter. Pitch the Neos. Take a level for evil, either add or special for the rest of the turn. You cannot special except heroes. Right. Oh. Sure. We'll do that. Because it's an activated effect. It's not an on-summon. So they can deal a little bit more battle damage, but... Oh, wait, why did I do that? They can't even do it. I should have taken Dread. Okay, no, I'm just a slight idiot there, but it's fine. I completely forgot about it. I guess it stops them from doing anything, right? Although it has stopped them from doing Vicious Claw. But I don't really know for what end, you know? I think we hold this in hand just in case we can make a Synchro. If a monster you control is destroyed by battle card effect while this card is in your grave special, then if you have a monster that mentions Dark Fusion in your graveyard, you can destroy one on the field. Yeah, one of these has to mention Dark Fusion. This does. Fusion summon, shuffling materials from your field, grave, and or banishment. Yep. We could just be dead. I don't really know. Related? Related. Do you gain attack or something? No. That doesn't kill us. Do you? It gets to make 2 attacks during each battle phase, which makes it 32 on its own. That makes it 49. They're only missing 11. They're really thinking about it, though. The thing is, this one... Yeah, they can make this one. They can't make this because it needs monsters on the field. It needs monsters in the hand. They could make this one. I think. Oh, they've put some stuff back. It is Darkest Nights. I guess they just don't want me doing anything on the next turn. They're missing 11, so I can take 7 that comes from specialing this guy. But it does require I get a very specific top deck. I'm not sure what it is right now, just very specific. I can banish... I can banish one of the Vicious Claws, but not both of them, so I'm still vulnerable to that. That, I believe, is just not the top deck. Yeah, just call it. That's it. Well, we did something against them. See, Light Imprisoning Mirror is still helpful against heroes, even. I think I'm sold on keeping it in the deck. There's just so many that we've come against where it just does things.
and we haven't had it. I don't know if it's Horus or not. If it is Horus, I believe none of them are lights, right? They're all no. No, none of them are fire. I don't know. Does it really matter? We have Jack fuck all on the field. We can make Yazi. They think that this means something. It means very little. Is it worth paying half our life points for Yazi? I don't think it is. We could set a guy. I don't think they're on Numeron. Problem is that this guy is excellent removal, so I might just pass turn. Yazi does better into an established board. Who knows, maybe, there are a number of things that could make this work out for us. And that's not one of them. That's a kaiju. We got kaijus. Is it stun? Because this is like the new way you play stun. No, this is actual Galaxy, I believe. We might just be dead, and that wouldn't have changed from whether we summoned the Destrudo or not, because they just had a kaiju anyway. Do we bother? This is negated. I mean, they can just do like Triglubion OTK, right? I'm 90% certain we're dead. I'm just so confused as to, like, how. Like, I don't think it's difficult. There's Tachyon. At the start of your battle phase, detach, negate the... You do need to... Like, that's not death. That might be... Oh, okay. If, during the battle phase, if you activated this effect, each time an opponent card resolves? No. No, I'm just not dead, am I? Oh no, that is death. Okay, I'm just missing it because that mandatory attaches as material. Right. Trying to join the dots is a hard process sometimes. Simple brain like mine, you know. Is the stream still keeping up? Stream still keeping up. Is this still keeping up? It doesn't look like it, but I can only assume it is, right? Come on. I don't know whether I got first or second because I'm trying to look at the game capture window. You're still going. Right. My OBS is not liking this at the moment. Stream's still keeping up, which is weird, but like OBS just isn't. I don't have anything, do I? No. Oh, am I just being FTK? Well, I'll just leave them to it then. I'll try and faff around with this, bear with. What is wrong here? It's just not seeing it. Capture any full screen. Hotkey, specific window. Master Duel. Yeah, it's just not capturing it. I mean, as long as the stream's still going, it doesn't matter, but... Oh, there we go.
Okay, fixed. Somehow. Yeah, if I'm just being FTK'd, it doesn't particularly matter, honestly. Because I think I am, honestly. Yeah, that's part of it, I'm pretty sure. They haven't limited this guy. What have they done to Gimmick Puppets? Have they done anything? I'm not sure they have. Related? Have they done anything to, like, any Gimmick Puppets? I don't think they have. How's the field spell? Oh, that's fine, that's 3. Ardent Chaos, that's fine. This doesn't have a string counter, but I guess you're about to do that or something. It's been a while since I've seen the FTK, it's just, you know, neat to know. I take 31. Then you place a string counter on each face up. And then Link 2 for the Gimmick Puppet Link 2. Sent to the grave, add it to hand. Take a Gimmick Puppet from deck, add it to hand, or sent to grave, then all you can special summon 1 from hand. So you summon 1 from hand. You make another rank 8? Is it that they're soft once, or anything? That's not got any... Well, no, it's got a soft once on the string, but the other part is a special summon trigger, so... Yeah, there's the... Type 1 face up 1 token, special from the deck or extra one that has the same... Yeah? Like, it won't have a string counter. I just don't know. There's that one. I mean, you're not doing his win condition, you're just using it as a rank up material, right? To get into this guy again, I guess. No, there's Disaster Leo, but you're like 900 off, right? Oh, okay. Alt WinCon. I am being FTK'd, and the animation is as boring as it could be. They really need to, like, spice up the win animations, honestly. That was something I should put in the, like... You know what, while I remember this, let me just write this down real quick. Minimizes these two. Give alt win cons better animations. Because at the moment, it just looks bad. Like, there's only a specific couple, if that have decent animations. I was being FTK'd by Gimmick Puppet, I just didn't know how. Like, Exodia has an animation, Destiny Board has an animation, Final Countdown doesn't, I don't think. Deck Out is an alt win con, but, like, you know, not by the typical definition of an alt win con. Has its own animation. Then what? Ghost Trick Angel? No, Angel of Mischief doesn't. The Sumo Dice Games does. That has its own animation, of all things. I don't know if the Homework does, the FA. I'm pretty sure the Pacifist one is just the trap card popping up, nothing particularly special. So that's pretty bad as well. You're gonna do like a Max C now? It would have been funny. Looks like they had a response for it, whether it's an Imperma C or anything. But yeah, I'm pretty sure all the, like, 90% of the win cons are, like, terribly dull for the animation. It's just the card hovering, like, nothing really special with the card art. We do this to give them a different target, I guess. We want to get the Kaiju field spell. Yeah, it outs the Dark Magician. It gets us through our deck to find other outs, like an eventual MST of some kind. In that case, do you have Eternal Soul? There are so many cards related to Dark Magician. Leaves the field. So it needs to be banished, graveyard, or hand. But it does at least have the options. I will say that's just another reason why the Blue Eyes one is actually better. Dark Magician becomes unaffected, but like if it leaves the field, is a lot less specific than just, you know, if this card is destroyed and sent to the grave. There is a world of difference there. Anyway, one of these has to be Eternal Soul. So, what can we do? They haven't put Dark Magician in the grave. We can normal summon. Allow them to use the Eternal Soul. They aren't doing it. Do you target? Target. Perfect. Use your Eternal Soul now, I dare you. Went to the extra deck, yeah, that's why that's not on more than 3. They're really holding it. I don't like it, but they are. Let's grab ourselves Kaiju. Just generally, doesn't matter which. They gotta have Eternal Soul face down. They're holding these 2 traps for... yeah. There's the Eternal Soul. Which I am slightly confused about. Because the thing is, they're going to try and target. They're going to target the field spell and banish it, which, like, that's fine. Why can't I target Yazi? Do we want to do this? It gets extra damage in. Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Because the thought process is that we continue the battle phase, we attack with Yazi over the Dark Magician, and then Jurigedo hits over this. There you go. Oh, right. That's just even better. I kind of forgot. There goes that one. Here comes Boldrake. So... there goes another 100. Here comes 25. And then we get to pop the Eternal Soul. Bring out the Chaos Mirage Dragon. What are they holding for? And then once we bring out the Chaos Mirage Dragon, we get to Synchro Summon for Black Rose. Banishing the graveyard. Not that that matters a huge amount, but yeah. One, two. Can't target me, so it can't be Imperm. It might be Vela. I've got no idea what they're doing. Could just be this. There's Imperm, yeah. But again, you can't target this. So take your pick. Yeah, that's completely fine. Destroy all monsters. Yazi to summon. No response to that. Which means the last card in hand is not Ash Blossom. Right, and I think then, yeah, it's just we synchro for this to banish the grave and banish the one card on the field. Banish the grave and banish exactly your last card. We have a Kaiju in hand. We have a way to get over the Kaiju. And we get to banish this few cards from your graveyard. We don't need ours. You need yours a lot more. One card in hand. What can you do? Because this is also just lethal. If you don't summon anything. Okay. Are you summoning the Dark Magician? You are summoning the Dark Magician. It's not lethal, but I do have just kind of a clear, distinct advantage. If the last card in hand is another Eternal Soul, I've gone through a lot of effort for very little gain, but that's okay. We shall see their reaction at the end of the turn, I guess. They're going to go to battle phase to force the Yugioh, of course. But we get to keep the attack boost. If that's for fucking Dragoon. I think it probably is, actually. That's the thing. They don't have any negates, but they do have a singular pop. Yeah. What do you do? Negate the activation. Damn, that's unfortunate. Like, yeah, I can negate the activation, but what good does that do? Take a chunk of damage. I can Kaiju them. Kinda need a level 1. I've got 3 of them. Which makes it 1 in 12. Either that, or I need exactly Gardala. So that's 4 in 12. Well, yeah, 1 in 3. No. It's 4 in whatever it is. This ain't great. I can get rid of this, and I will. But I am nearly dead. I put it in the wrong zone. I've lost the duel by the fact that they can just Tamias for Dark, like, fucking Dragoon. If it was anything else, I think we were fine. But specifically Dragoon? No. Yeah, that deals 1/4. We have to pay it. We can pay it once more. Well, we can pay it twice more. That gets us to an 8 synchro. Nothing great. Change it to defense. I guess the Link 2s don't do it. No, the Link 2 really doesn't do anything. Link 3 either? Nope. Transverser? No. Right. I might regret leaving it a turn. We'll just have to see whether I do. Sure. Oh, you get a fucking search for Toy Box. That's a decent card, you know? How many cards have we already seen from you? This is a decent sized main deck. Yeah. So that's not currently doing anything because it doesn't have any face downs. Oh wait, no, they just, yeah, it sets from deck, right. Well, this is unfortunate. They're on 53, which is really, really painful. I mean, I'll pay it. It's for the turn, so I get to withstand this battle phase, which they don't seem to, yeah, they don't seem to know. Problem is, I can't really do much after that. I've given them a kaiju and I need to out it, and I'm going to get a level 1, aren't I? Okay, what can we do with our level 10s? Not much anymore, I don't think. Well, does something. Normal. Special. It just needs a small something. No, if we put that on the field, we're just dead on board. Yeah, let's just do this. Not use the effect. Really fucking hurts. But it does keep us alive. You know, every day, happy I put the Time Lord in the deck. They're going to try and waste it on this, I think, as well. Well, waste it. It's not wasted, but, you know. Yeah, we continue to attack. We don't take any battle damage. Let's do that just cuz. Giggles, right? I wonder if the kaiju comes back to their field. Attack. It does come back to their field, but we can choose to, what, not special summon it? No. It is just mandatory. But anyway, this is in an animate column, so that helps. This thing can just be crushed by literally infinite impermanence. Forbidden Chalice. Which might be what they're setting right now, I have no idea. But honestly, it doesn't matter. Oh, that's not it. Are you going to use it as link material? We were so good. Maybe we should have just gone for the barrel load. Does this... It doesn't negate the summon, does it? We can't even... We couldn't target Dragoon. Boldrake wouldn't have done it. Good to know. Good to remember. Well, you don't have any set cards on the field, but you have a stupid amount of link material. Access code talker. You know access code doesn't deal with this. Yeah, that's A-okay. Are they gonna try and... Okay. Special summon. That's fine. Fusion summon? Well, that's nice of them. On the other hand, they have removed our ability to use, like, relinquished anima. Sure, we'll do it. Bye. I guess they can't fusion summon in main phase 2 because they've done that, so... We can put it back in the anima column. Anima? Eh, not quite. Gets us there, though. If they have something that is a level 5 or higher normal monster, or is made using level 5 or higher normal monster, we are done for. But there was no way we were getting this off the field safely. So I reckon they just hit the face down, honestly. Yeah. And that is fine, because it just means that we get a level 1 Nebulous. This'll do. Cubic Seed. Do they have anything to set? They don't. Anima it is. And there's a Cubic Ascension. This is now improving again. We've gone from winning to losing very hard to winning again. Warpgate, how could I ever doubt you? The best of all Time Lords, truly. Right. They have one turn. Granted, they can just, like, set a guy, and then I have to just attack that, and they, you know, that damage is halved, and they have 2 turns. Set 1. Set 2. Pass turn. Well, if one of those is Mirror Force, we're done. If one of those is Magic Cylinder, we're also done. No time like the present. That was a long, dragged-out duel. Did we deserve it? Probably not. But we did. We won anyway. That was really hard fought. Right on the back of a losing streak as well. 2 Dark Magicians, 1 Red Eyes. You see, here's the thing. People would actually still be playing him if Versailles is not legal. It wouldn't be splashed into, like, the generic decks. Like, the, you know, the whole point of, I can make Versailles, I can make this. Like, Dark Magician would still play this. And I feel like that is the majority of the times that I see it. I see it in, like, you know, Dark Magician or in a Red Eyes deck. Granted, Red Eyes doesn't exist, so a Dark Magician deck. But it's just so annoying. So unbelievably annoying. Do you only ever need, oh, I thought. Yeah, do you only need 1 field spell? I guess, sure. I guess it's more ways to Dark Magician in a deck that should already have plenty of ways to Dark Magician. Anyway, who am I to critique their deck building? They're in Plat 4. As are we, but, you know, I'll give some people the benefit of the doubt from time to time. Well, we open 4 Legacy tickets. Could be anything in these. Could have been just about anything. Sure. Is that new? No. Rescue Rabbit for double Mechanical Chaser. That's neat. Mechanical Chaser is, like, big enough to actually just run by himself. That's terrible. I don't think that helps us at all. And that... it might help us out, but we need to be on, like, the Warriors kind of deck. I was about to say no it wouldn't, but it is continual DD Crows. Right, oh, we got an Ultra Rare in this one. That is another fusion. Well, that makes the Amazoness a little bit more viable. Probably still not playable. If they have more monsters, banish this, they banish a monster. If they want more spell traps, send, and if you do, your opponent sends a monster. And it comes back. And then it's special summoned, and it keeps looping itself. Okay, sure. That's not great. That one's decent. It's good for Earth Machine, actually. I need to control a card in the spell trap zone, but one card shouldn't be too bad. And a Gem Knight. Gear Town. Ooh, that is interesting. We have some Ancient Gear cards. I don't think we have anything that could really abuse Gear Town just yet. But we do have some Ancient Gear cards. Right. Last Master Pack. Okay, we got a couple supers by the looks of it. More Vampire Ghost. Not the one I need. The Sunseed is pretty decent. It is like the start of every plant deck. 2 effects including an Orcus. Link card cannot be destroyed with battle card effects with rather generous link arrows. Target 3 of your banished machine monsters shuffle. The attack of any link monsters your opponent currently controls becomes 0. Their effects are negated. It's not a quick effect. I don't know if we'll ever play Orcus, but it is a card. It's a Glad Beast, and that's where I can stop reading. And that's generic for Fiends. But it cannot be used as link material to turn. It is summoned. It can get back a Fiend at the cost of a discard. I'm not honestly sure if it's worth it. Little bit tricky. Like, it's a good card, but I just don't know how we'd best make use of it. It seems like we need exactly the Unchained to make use of it. How are we for this? 3 Tribute Summons, 4 Synchro Summons, 1 Link Summon. So 2 Tribute Summons, 1 more Synchro Summon, and 4 more Link Summons. Granted, if we're losing a duel anyway, we can just Link Summon and then, you know, wait until the end of it to, you know, progress the proficiency. Right. As far as opening hands go, it's not the worst, I guess. But as far as opponents go, it does not matter. Just don't have it. How difficult is it to just, like, not have it, you know? You need a specific couple of spell traps. That's a cold buy. Okay, so they are banking on having one spell trap in hand right now. But I guess if they're continuing the combo, they just have it because it's a bot and it's programmed to, like, just go for it. They didn't have it. Just yanked my headphones off in surprise. Anyway, yeah. They just didn't have it. They didn't have the spell trap required. Yeah, they have one, two, so that's 9 copies. That's decently likely that they draw one. But, like, come on, that's 9 copies. You could just miss, like, any of them. Yeah, well, I'll take that, definitely. Any day of the week. Gave us 1 legacy ticket. I'm fine with that. Another 2 packs. See what we can get. And I guess it's been a very short time, but we can look over our pulls and just check the lot we got from last time as well. We got a Sparkles pack, not necessarily supers or anything, just, you know, shiny. There you go. That's another Lyrilisk. And that's Adventure Mention, which I don't think we have much in the way of. We might have the... not the regular one that summons the Adventure Token, the normal spell, but the other one, the continuous spell. Crystal Avatar isn't, but... Ooh, second. I think we just play that. It's a special summon level 4 if we have no monsters, and it makes the synchros a little bit more viable. Evil Swarm Nightmare's pretty good. It is just, what, Bookamoon? Yeah, Bookamoon. And that's a DDD Francate, which is decent, but I could, like, no way I can make it. Dante! This is really nice, actually. This one's okay. We could just put it in, but the thing is it doesn't counter fusion decks, and Fiendsmith will just fuse. Does mean that they can't use it as the link material. Bears thinking about... Oh, retry. No response from this. Yeah, there we go. Better. Yeah, let's just have a quick look at our deck. So, we got 2 of this now. What do we cut for it? You're a Tuna Monster, which is actually really handy. As are you. What do you enable that the Pendulum wouldn't? Makes the 10s a little easier. Right? I think we do just cut it. It feels a little rough. I kind of like the hand control aspect of it, but I'm not sure that hand control aspect is just good enough. But yeah, hey, we got 2 of this guy now. That's neat. Where are we looking? Gear Town, related. Right. Okay, so we don't have a fusion. Do we have a way to blow up our own... Type 1 face-up card you control, destroy it. Okay, Ancient Gear Tanker does blow up Gear Town. Do you do anything? Nope. Type 1 Ancient Gear Monster, no. Okay, so it is exactly Ancient Gear Tanker, but Ancient Gear Tanker can destroy... Yeah. Target one your opponent controls. So yeah, this can target Gear Town to destroy it. Let's see. All monsters you control. So yeah, it will gain 600. Then you get to special summon Ancient Gear from hand, deck, or grave to special summon, presumably this thing, I guess. That can't be special summoned. That can't be special summoned. It doesn't ignore summoning conditions. And I guess we could like special list from the deck or special list from the deck. But like. Probably just this, because it doesn't die if Toon World's not on the field. It's still got all the standard Ancient Gear effects, and it is an Ancient Gear monster. Not really good enough to play. Glad Beasts.
We do have a number of them. You have the Test Panther as well, that's a 2. Add a Glad Beast from deck to hand. Target Glad Beast you control, shuffle that into the deck. If you do, special with a different deck, or special with a different name. Attacks cannot be destroyed by that battle. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects. If this card battled, you can return this. Special summon it to 2 with different names from your deck. But we only have this one and this one, and we don't have Vespius, we don't have Spartacus. Vespius is this one. Spartacus is, what, this one? Yeah. So we can't summon those, we just have to rely on the main deck ones being good enough. Target face-up monster to destroy that is pretty decent, actually. That's terrible. We got 2 of this. Does it have to be different names? Different names. And that's a link 2 for it. The thing is, like, this one tags out into 2. That just tags out into 1. That's really... Oh no, it does a 1 for 1, but this thing only got 800 attack. No, that's not working either. That one works. Sure, that works. It's not the best payoffs, though. This needs to be special summoned by exactly 1 Gladiator Beast. Target face down, destroy it. Shuffle this card into the deck, or discard 1 card. Sure. I don't think the Glad Beasts are it. I think a lot, a much shorter look would actually tell you that, but... Right. No, we don't have this and we don't have this, so we don't actually have any real way to use the adventure cards. Yeah, okay. Swapped out 1 guy. Is it going to work? Maybe. I'm not sure. I think we might give it another duel or 2, but just about call it for a night, really. I've still got to sort some things out. The wall of titles. It's a little intimidating. Just a little bit. But yeah, hopefully with 2 of this pendulum, we find it a little bit easier to synchro summon into the level 8 we have. Well, we definitely try and bait for an Ash Blossom. That's fine. Reed's basically discard a card, we don't need it anyway. And then all we do is normal Inspector Porter. They seem to have an imperm. Okay, they have an imperm, so this is probably going to come up. Yeah, because the Ash Blossom would have been their one effect. It couldn't have been. It couldn't have been Vela. Couldn't have been any of the Mulch armies. Who knows? And in good honesty, who cares? It's either going to work or it isn't. Rota. Sky Striker? That's what would come to mind. Stratos. Huh. So, unless you have polymerization, this is going to work, at least a little bit. Unless they haven't quite clocked on yet. Type 1. Sure, I guess you can link it off now. That's fine. Oh. That's it? You're just gonna hit me with it? Like, yeah, sure. Like, surely they're gonna use it as material or something. Yeah, there you go. There's SP. Cool. Bye. Yeah, they definitely feel they're still in it, which they obviously are. I just, would rather wish they don't think they're in it. And of course, we get to see this a little bit more often, so big beat stick. Let's go. We've got exactly a negate, but they probably have imperm because they set this in the column of the punk. Yeah. They only take 11 now, but it does go back up to 2-2, and we still have a monster negate, and they wasted their imperm on preventing battle damage. Granted, one monster negate might not be what stops heroes, honestly. Yeah. Is it negated or anything? Counter-attack effects negated, return to the extra deck. Yeah, so this just exists as a body to make a fusion material with. Yep, that's not happening. It can't attack. Oh. That's it. Yeah, okay. Magnum up. Ooh. Yeah, we're doing it. Bye. Do you have another Ash? No, you don't. Well, this one turn. Search for... Search for Boldrake. I have Inspector Border in my graveyard, so I still have a target to summon it just as a blocker at worst. But also, if they put something like Neos in grave, we can just banish that. Varus, Shadow Mist. I'm not sure about Vion. I think Vion. I think we just smack them. Whatever it is activatable from the get-go. What is it? Don't keep me in suspense. I really don't know what it is. Could just be torrential. I don't think it is. Special summon by placing materials. Yeah, I can't return it to the extra deck. I can just banish it. Effect. Tribute. Banish. I think they've realized they've lost. But here's the thing, you've lost for 2 reasons. Negate your effects, you don't get to pop anything, and you get banished. You are not coming back. Bye. And what a duel to end the stream. one legacy ticket. Just heroes, right? Yeah, just heroes. I guess that's pretty standard. I don't know why I see so many players with just running around with 2-ofs, though. Like, isn't this just like, you can discard another hero specialist from hand if it's normal special summon, place vision hero from your deck in your spell trap zone. Okay, why does I guess you don't get to summon it. I thought they had summoning conditions. I guess you don't want to do that then. Normal special summon, send another hero from your deck to the grave. Banish hero, add poly. Tribute hero special this. If this is special, it's special level 4 lower. Oh, okay. So it'd be like this, into this, into this. But still, then you want like some of this at 3, right? It confused me. You know what doesn't confuse me? Getting more master packs. No, I kind of lie. It does confuse me a little bit. How are we getting this? How have we got as far as we have? That's good for the deck. It's not like it's going to be a, you know, threat anytime soon to anyone, but any little bit helps. That's neat. And what about you? During your player's turn, discard Magician Girls. Yep, nope. Definitely not using that. Ooh, that's a nice one. Can't summon it though. We don't have Suijin. We have Sanga. What would have been better in that case? I got no idea. Gate Guardian, Spell Traps maybe? Or Labyrinth Tank? Wall Shadow? Maybe the guy that searches? If I see a cat, I will click. Aww. Thank you. I'm so... I'm just about to wrap up stream, but thank you very much for popping in. It is, you know... Do you want me to give you a quick walkthrough of what we were doing before you go? If you're just popping in and you're checking out Yu-Gi-Oh! Because cat, then I guess you know what you know about Yu-Gi-Oh! No one just pops in on a random Master Duel stream. Are you familiar with the Masochist challenge? If you're not, I can walk you through like the rules set. Yeah. People who you're familiar with the Masochist challenge. Long story short, that's what we've got going on. We've been going for a good few seasons now. We've been going through a good few duels actually. Let's get some stats. How long have we been going? We've done 1,125 duels. You have a deck yourself. Nice. How's yours? Because, you know, we're hard stuck in Plat. Like, hard stuck in Plat 5, Plat 4. Plat 4 if we get lucky. A lot of these are 0. In a deck. Yeah, that's... Truer words have never been spoken. No, we've been going for some time. We've got a few different brews. Never been out of gold. I think, like, out of gold is just persistence. Because, like, you know, you don't demote for losing duels. So, that is genuinely just, like, time investment and persistence. Which, granted, if your deck's that bad, it can feel, like, horrendous to do. But, like, we've got a couple different brews. We've got, like, a water theming going on. Which, I tried this out semi-recently. It's got some neat bits to it. Like, we've got, you know, we've got Imperial Dragon. We've got this. But it ain't it. Vampires, these are decent. Like, it's not a gold standard by any means. Like, you know, this isn't the best thing we have either. I feel like the best thing we have is just kind of a slop. But this one kind of works. We've got a weird amount of, like, 2-ofs. Including this guy, who I might bump up to 2 of, actually. And then we've got Bunga Stop Deck. because lo and behold, we actually pulled the boss stage and a few generators. It's not enough, but like, it's not enough to play generators properly, but you can fairly consistently make a rank 9, and we have the opportunity to actually get into C9, which is like kind of crazy if we can do it, but the large purpose is if we can do it. It's not likely in any, you know. Ash is just too widespread. And we don't have enough generator cards when it comes down to it. Can't even do that much. You do get there. It is a sheer time investment. Like, I've been relatively hold on, let me get the folder that has like my streams up in it. If you bear with me 1 second, I can tell you like how consistently I've played. Since what is it, September? Since August last year. Yeah, 17th of August last year, I've been playing sort of like twice a week, 3 hours each week. That's the sort of time I've invested into it so far. Which we're kind of coming up to, like, not too far from August again. August is about about 3 months. I've been doing this for about 9 months, to put it one way. And Good Stuff probably has, like, the most good cards we have in it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, some of the cards are absolutely insane. Like, genuinely. I mean, sometimes it's not much to look at. Like, you think that, what are these cards doing? But, boy, are these truly monumental. And they have saved us a great number of times. You're lucky if it's 5 hours a month. It'll be rough unless you get extremely lucky. But how are you finding it? Do you enjoy yourself playing it? You have 3 Master Duel accounts. So one for the Masochist, one that's your actual, like, proper account, and a mysterious third thing. Because that's all I can think of. Like, I don't know what the third one would be, unless it's some other kind of challenge run. Or just, like, an account that you could use for, like, friends and stuff who are curious about it. Something that you can test against yourself, I guess. That's actually a really good use for a third account. If you're struggling to find people to actually, like, go into duel rooms with so you can test things, you can just load up against yourself. Play with a semi-competent deck. Don't have to have crazy hours in it. You could just have, like, you know, 3 copies of a structure deck. Money account, free account, Masochist. That's decent, yeah. But I also, like, I don't know how much fun you're having with Masochist. I find it, like, semi-fun, in a way, because, like, we are making progress. We're getting better. Like, a lot of these good cards are becoming 2-ofs instead of 1-ofs. Which is, you know, really insane. But at the same time, if I briefly go to, like, my number owned, we have stuff like this, you know? That's the other end of it. I have 5 copies of Materialization of this Metal Foe monster I can't even summon. Of Odd-Eye's Vortex Dragon. Wait, where's the other one? Okay, no, I only have 3 copies of the... Oh yeah, of the Earthbound Immortal. It's like, those are the 2 sides, I feel, of the Masochist account. It's like... It's a fun time-ish. But it's a neat challenge. I like doing challenge runs of various things. So, I guess that's why I'm drawn to it. And I like Yugioh. But yeah, sorry that I couldn't, like, you know, just stay for longer and talk about this endlessly. I do need to end the stream kind of, like, soonish. Thanks for popping in, and I hope to see you, like, some other time. Stream Mondays and Thursdays from, like, Masochist fun. I learned to out a lot of deck and don't fear hand trap because what they're gonna hit. Yeah, exactly. What's Max C gonna do? I'm going to tribute summon. But yeah, I've like if you want to see more of this, I do have a YouTube channel. I've uploaded like the stuff up to like October of last year, which is a good few sessions. It's all unedited, so it's probably hella boring. But also I stream here on Mondays, Thursdays. From this stream's been going for about 3 hours. I don't know what time that makes it for you, but for me it's from like 7 to 10 p.m. because British. So yeah, you can catch me on Mondays, Thursdays most of the time. But thanks for popping in. It's nice to actually have just someone interact a little bit. Someone, just chat, say hi, even if it's for a couple of minutes. I wish you the best of luck in your Masochist run. I look forward to possibly catching you down on the next stream. Anyway, my name is Cat Monarch, and this has been the Masochist run on my channel. I hope you all have a good one, and goodbye for now.